Good morning. I'm headed to work and I'm riding and thinking. I was recently referred to as tenacious. And it's a funny thing about words. One person can say something to you, can say a word about you, and they completely mean it as a compliment. Another person can say the same word to you and mean it as an absolute insult. If you are, for example, let's say you're a lawyer and you're going to big business in the name of your client and you're asking them questions and you're trying to gather the information for your case. They would say that you are tenacious because you're bugging them. You won't give up. You're diligent. You're like a little bulldog, like a bloodhound. You won't let it go. But on the other hand, the client that you're working for, they will think that you're tenacious because you're their avenger. You're going to the mats. You're fighting for them. You're not going to give up. You're a bulldog with a bone. You are diligent. You're not going to give up. To them, it's a compliment. So I'm curious, the person that said I was tenacious, they are outside of the situation that we were talking about. I was explaining a situation that was happening, and they were outside of it talking about, well, you are tenacious. And it kind of struck me as funny because of the way that words work in the English language. They can have so many different meanings, so many implications. So I was curious, to which side of the tenacious coin was she referring? And I'm thinking about this scripture this morning that says, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. But in this day and age, how do you do that? With this language that we speak with English, and one word having so many different meanings. How do you differentiate? How do you navigate? I don't know. How do you say what you mean and mean what you say? Another problem with the English language is things being taken literal. Unfortunately, I'm a literal person. I don't tend to beat around the bush. I tend to be very honest and very direct, very blunt. I've been called blunt many times. I've also been called mean. But when they say, well, why did you say that? And I explain it, they're like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it the way they took it. But I didn't know they took it bad. I assumed they took it the way I meant it. That happens a lot. So, in a world that takes things not literally, but you're a literal person, you always seem to be abrasive. You always just seem to be on the outside of stuff. How do you navigate that? How do you fix it? How do you let your yes mean yes and your no mean no when you mean what you say, but it's perceived a wrong way, a different way? I'm just thinking on stuff like that this morning and how easy it is to be misunderstood. We don't take the time to explain ourselves. I was talking to a man. We share two common things, and he asked me a question regarding those things, one of those things, and I responded, I don't know what he's doing. Well, he told someone else that I said it like, I don't know what's out there. I'm not out there. That's not how I meant it at all. It was in a text. I didn't take the time to explain and flower up my words. I just said, I don't know. But he took it as I was being mean. Why? How do you let your yes mean yes and your no mean no in this world? How How do you get people to see the real you in a world that doesn't even take time to read a whole Facebook post? I'm kind of trying to navigate that today. I'm trying to figure that out and work through that. So if you have any thoughts, if you have any suggestions, encouraging words, please let me hear them. I appreciate it. Something for you to think about too today. Are you being perceived the way that you intend to be perceived? We're all the heroes of our own story, and most likely we're the villain in someone else's. Same person. That's just two different sides of that tenacious coin. God bless. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.